Hi, this is Liquid Amber Girl, and I'm going to plant up some succulents. Join me.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.
Let's begin by finding your plants. Actually, I do this two ways. Sometimes when I see succulents, I am inspired and go find a planter to fit them in, or sometimes I find a planter that inspires me to go find plants that will look good in it. Either way, make sure that you have a planter and an appropriate number of plants to fit in it. With succulents, you can actually fit quite a few, so you might want to make sure that you have more plants than you will actually need. Gather up what you need, which isn't much, just a container to put your plants in, your succulent plants, which we already said you might want to have a few extras because we can squeeze a lot in there, and potting soil that is mixed specifically for succulents. I use Miracle Grow Cactus, Palm, and Citrus potting mix. As long as you have any kind of a mix that is fast draining, and it will say that on the bag, any kind, any brand is great. Make sure you are planting in an area where you can make a bit of a mess. Fill your pot so that there is only 1 inch of space left at the top. In other words, 1 inch of space from the top of the soil to the top of the rim of your planter. You may have to remove some of this soil later. Now it's time to examine your succulent plants. Make sure to remove any unhealthy leaves that are attached to the plant, as well as any dead leaves that have fallen down into the soil. This is important. With succulents, as with all plants, keeping old decaying leaves picked up keeps your plants more disease resistant. Remove the first plant from its container. If you are squeezing a lot of succulents into this arrangement, you may want to remove most of the soil, but take care to leave the root ball intact. If you will be leaving a lot of space between your plants, then you can just leave all of the soil around the root ball. Place your first plant into the pot. Use your hands to tuck the soil around the root ball. Do not leave air pockets, as this will cause root rot. Continue potting up your succulents one at a time until you have your planter filled the way you want it. Now it is time to water your succulent planter. You can do this using a regular watering can or a cup of water if that's what you usually do. However, succulent plants don't generally want to have water on the fleshy part of them. They only want to be watered at the roots. In order to accomplish this, I use any kind of a large syringe or turkey baster or any other item that you can find that will allow you to squeeze a precise amount of water onto the roots without getting it onto the fleshy part of the succulents. Here are your plant names. Determining when to water your succulent plants can be a little tricky. You have to take into consideration where is your planter located. If you are keeping your plants inside, they probably only need to be watered once every 10 to 14 days. If it is summer and you have your plants outside, they'll probably need to be watered once a week. Last, we will talk about fertilizing your succulents. I like to use this Miracle Grow, which is a succulent formula. It comes in a foam form, which I really like because I can just pump the foam down onto the soil, not getting any on the plants, and water it right in. You should probably do this every 2 weeks, but depending on the type of fertilizer that you want to use, just follow the directions on this container. And now, my friends, we are finished. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that it was helpful for you. If it was, remember to follow me, Liquid Amber Girl Gardening, on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post them on there and I'll answer them as quickly and accurately as I can.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.